Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I'm your host, Josh Davis, also known as Crash. Today is Monday, July 3rd, 2023, and I am here for a little bit of a different podcast format today. We're going to be going over the two games on the early slate, the Texas Rangers hosting the Houston Astros and the Milwaukee Brewers hosting the Chicago Cubs. So going to be covering just those two games, going to go position by position. So it's going to be a little bit more of an in-depth breakdown today. If you're new to the channel, if you would give us a like and hit the subscribe button. After you've done those two things, if you would hit the alarm bell, that will let you know when our newest podcast is going live. If you're new to DFS Coach Talk, we would love to have you join us. To join us, all you have to do is send us a DM on Twitter at DFS Coach Talk. And for less than basically less than a cup of Starbucks, we'll be able to get you in. It's $4.99 for a week's membership. So hope to see you soon. DFS Coach Talk is a very family-friendly, very positive and encouraging community of like-minded individuals. We're into, obviously DFS and prop plays and stuff like that. We have all the major sports, right now, Major League Baseball is the main one going on. You have PGA too. And then we'll have NFL, of course, and NBA later this year. So we'll cover all the major sports. So we would love to have you join us. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the slate today. The first game is the Houston Astros at the Texas Rangers. It starts at 2:05 p.m. Eastern. Christian Javier against Martin Perez. Texas is a minus 130 favorite, has an implied total of run total of 9. It's indoors, so there's no weather. The confirmed lineup for the Astros: Jose Altuve, Mauricio Dubon, Kyle Tucker, Alex Bregman, Jose Abreu, Chas McCormick, Yainer Diaz, Corey Julks, and Martin Maldonado. For the Rangers, we have Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, Nathaniel Lowe, Adolis Garcia, Josh Young, Jonah Heim, Travis Jankowski, Leota Taveras, and Josh Smith. The next game is the Chicago Cubs in Milwaukee taking on my Brewers. Starts at 2:10 p.m. Eastern. Drew Smyly against Julio Teheran. There is no line. It was the Cubs were favored at minus 115, which was kind of surprising to me, given that the Brewers have a little bit better record. But now there is no line. The implied run total is 9, and they're indoors, so there's no weather. We have for the Cubs their confirmed lineup. I don't have a lineup for the Brewers yet. I'm hoping that comes in any minute. We have Mike Tauchman leading off. Then we have Nico Herner, Jared Young, Ian Happ, Dansby Swanson, Cody Bellinger, Christopher Morel, Nick Madrigal, and Tucker Barnhart. Let me check and see if the Brewers lineup is out yet. Nope, still not out. Okay. All right, so we're still waiting on that. Their projected lineup is not right because I got a notification that Brian Anderson is put on the paternity list. So him and his wife are planning on having a kid. So congratulations to them. Actually, they've updated their projected lineup now without him. So maybe this will be more accurate. So they've got Andrew Monasterio, William Contreras, Christian Yelich, Willie Adames, Owen Miller, Rowdy Tellez, Blake Perkins, Joey Weimer, and Victor Carantini. So we'll have to see if that's accurate or not, but right now that's what they're showing. So let me go ahead and take a look at the chat, see what's going on. What's up, Rodney? How's it going? Travis, Power, how you doing? How you doing, guys? Glad to have you here with us on this Monday morning. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the pitchers. Honestly, if this was a bigger slate, I don't think any of these pitchers would be in my top options. But on a 2-game slate, we're limited to 4 pitchers. So basically just took, two or three that I like, starting with Julio Teheran. He's $7,900 on DraftKings, $8,900 on Fanduel, $37 on Yahoo. He struggled, bad, big time against the Mets the last game. He allowed 7 runs in 5 2/3 innings. But prior to that, he had only allowed 2 runs or less in his first 6 starts. He's back at American Family Field where he's been better. He's allowed no more than 2 runs in any of the starts there, and 1 run or less in the other 3. So he's been pitching very well at home. Last time he was at home was against Arizona. He pitched 5 shutout innings against Arizona, one of the best teams in baseball. The Cubs have been about average in runs scored per game. They have the 8th highest strikeout rate. So I think people are going to look at what happened to him against the Mets and maybe fade him a little bit, but I think he's still a solid option. I don't think he's going to put up 50 fantasy points or something like that. I don't know if any pitcher on the slate will, but I do think he's more of a solid, safe option. Then you have on the opposite side, Drew Smiley, 7,500 on DraftKings, 7,800 on Fanduel, $36 on Yahoo. He also struggled in his last start, which was against the Phillies. He'd been pitching pretty well, before that, going up against the Brewers, who have struggled against left-handed pitchers. 3 career starts against them. He's only allowed 1 run combined. So he has had, good success against the Brewers. Last time he faced them was late August last year. He pitched 6 shutout innings. He only had 2 strikeouts, but he got 28 fantasy points. So if he had gotten more strikeouts, he would have had a lot bigger game, but, he only had 2 strikeouts. But on a 2-game slate, like I said, these options aren't great, but I think he's a decent SP2. Like him a little bit more than Javier, who's going to be my fade pitcher. He's really struggled the last couple times that he's been out there. He did face the Rangers 5 times last year. His last 2 starts, he allowed 6 runs in 4 innings against the Cardinals last Wednesday, and then at home against the Mets before that. He allowed 4 runs and he only pitched 2 1/3 innings. So I do think that Javier is going to get a decent amount of ownership, but, he's going to be my fade pitcher on this slate. My value pitcher is Martin Perez. He's the only pitcher left, but, I'd like him as a value play a little bit. Against Houston, they don't have Yordan Alvarez or Michael Brantley, who've both done some damage to him. So, he's kind of a tournament option, but I do like him. He's 6,700 on DraftKings, 7,200 on FanDuel, and only $27 on Yahoo. So he's actually the only pitcher of the 4 that I'm looking at for tonight, for the night slate, or the all-day slate, I should say, that has the night games on it, because he's so cheap and I can fit him with the other pitchers and the other bats that I like, which Atlanta is going to be one of my top stacks. So I'll just go ahead and throw that out there as a bonus. All right, so for like I said, we're going to do a little bit more of a position-by-position breakdown today. Looks like the Brewers lineup just came out. Let me check something. Yep, okay, so we have William Contreras leading off, Christian Yelich, Willy Adames, Owen Miller, Blake Perkins, Andrew Monasterio, Joey Wiemer, Victor Caratini, and Bryce Terang. All right, there we go. So starting off at catcher, I do like William Contreras. He's 4,000 on DraftKings, 2,900 on FanDuel, and $14 on Yahoo. He's hit 286 against lefties this year. He went 2 for 5 against Rich Hill yesterday, including a 3-run home run. So I like William Contreras as a catcher option. I also like Martin Maldonado. If you know me, I've used him, the times that I've used him, he seemed to have done really well. Usually hits a home run for whatever reason. So I do like Maldonado a lot as a punt play, especially on an all-day slate like Yahoo. I think he's a really good option where he's only $7. He's 2,200 on DraftKings, 2,100 on FanDuel. He's gone against Martin Perez a lot. He's hit 478 against him. He has 11 hits and 23 at bats, so he would probably be like a BVP play if we're doing a normal podcast today. 11 hits and 23 at bats, 7 singles, 3 doubles, and a home run. So Martin Maldonado is definitely one of the top values on this slate for me. Next would be first base. We've got Nathaniel Lowe. He's 4,500 on DraftKings, 3,000 on FanDuel, $17 on Yahoo. He's hit 294 against Javier with 5 hits and 17 at bats. He has 4 singles and a home run. Lefties are hitting 286 against Christian Javier this year. Righties are only hitting 180 against him. So definitely like the lefties in this game. Lowe's hit 286 against right-handed pitchers himself. He's hit 6 of his 8 home runs against right-handed pitchers, and he did hit one yesterday against right-handed Brian Abreu. So Nathaniel Lowe would be my top pay-up first baseman. Then we have as a value play on DraftKings, Owen Miller. He's 3,400 on DraftKings. He's 2,600 on Fanduel, but they have him listed as second base, third base, and outfield over there. And then he's $8 on Yahoo, where he's listed as second base. So he's all over the place as far as position. But on DraftKings for first base, he is a value. He's hit 333 against left-handed pitchers this year. So I do like Owen Miller. Then you have Jared Young. He's 2,200 on DraftKings, 2,100 on FanDuel, $18 on Yahoo. He's hitting third for the Cubs today. He's hit 308 in the 5 games that he's played since he was called up from AAA Iowa last week, and he's hit 5 of 7 home runs. 5 of the 7 home runs that Julio Teheran has allowed this year were against lefties. So he has given up a few home runs to lefties more so than righties. So Jared Young is a nice value at first base as well. Second base, I like Mauricio Dubon. I believe he's hitting second in the Astros lineup. Is that right? Let's see. Yeah, second right behind Altuve. First of all, he's 3,200 on DraftKings, 2,700 on FanDuel, $10 on Yahoo. He's hit 360 against left-handed pitchers this year. So I do like Dubon as another value play at second base. I also like Andrew Monasterio. He's 2,300 on DraftKings, 2,400 on FanDuel. Over there, he's listed as shortstop. And then $9 on Yahoo. He's hit 333 against left-handed pitchers this year. He hit 2 of 4 yesterday with a single, a double, had an RBI, a run scored, and a walk. So pretty nice game for a nice value play against Rich Hill yesterday. Going up against another lefty today. I like Monasterio as a value play. At third base, we have Josh Young. He's 4,800 on DraftKings, 3,500 on FanDuel, $14 on Yahoo. As a rookie, he was named as an all-star starter last week, so he's had a very impressive year. He's hit 9 of 16 home runs against right-handed pitchers this year. He's hitting 250 against right-handed pitchers overall. For some value at third base, you have Nick Madrigal. He's 2,100 on DraftKings, 2,600 on FanDuel, and $11 on Yahoo. Shortstop, I like Corey Seager. He's 6,300 on DraftKings, 4,200 on FanDuel, $23 on Yahoo. He has faced Javier 17 times. He has 4 hits against him. 2 of those were home runs. He's hit 346 against right-handed pitchers this year, and 7 of his 10 home runs have been against right-handed pitchers. For value, you could go to, on some of the sites, you have Dubon and Monasterio as an option as a shortstop. So for value, you can go to one of them. When we go to outfield, Kyle Tucker, he's 5,300 on DraftKings, 3,500 on FanDuel, $20 on Yahoo. He's hit 421 against Martin Perez, 8 hits and 19 at-bats, 6 singles and 2 doubles. He's hit 333 against lefties this year, so he has been pretty solid as a reverse splits hitter. So I do like Kyle Tucker. I also like Christian Yelich, another lefty facing a lefty. He's 4,300 on DraftKings, 3,500 on FanDuel, $20 on Yahoo. He's really been hitting very well since June 1st. He hit 311 this last month with an 894 OPS. He scored 19 runs. He has 13 RBIs, 13 extra base hits, has several stolen bases too. So he's really been playing well lately. Whether it's been against a righty or a lefty hasn't really mattered. And yesterday they announced the all-star reserves, and he was talking about how he was hoping he was going to make the squad and everything, and he didn't make it. So I think he's going to feel a little bit snubbed. So I think he's going to be extra motivated today. So I do like Christian Yelich. I did have Ezekiel Duran for the Rangers, but he's not in the lineup, so I'm going to go with Leody Taveras. He's 3,100 on DraftKings. I'm not sure what his price is on FanDuel because their site was down last I checked, so I wasn't able to get his price over there. I think he's in the 3,000 range, maybe 2,900. And then $15 on Yahoo. He's hit 299 against right-handed pitchers this year, and 7 of his 9 home runs have been against right-handed pitchers. So like Taveras. Then we have a value, Joey Weimer. He's 2,500 on both DraftKings and FanDuel, $16 on Yahoo. He was given the day off yesterday, so he'll be fresh. He's hit 313 against left-handed pitchers. 8 of his 11 home runs this year have been at American Family Field. So I do like Joey Weimer as a value play in the outfield. You dislike them all. Minus 110 for Milwaukee. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. I was surprised at minus 115 for the Cubs. Let me see. Yeah, I'm still not seeing that for some reason. But I will definitely take your word for it, Doug. Thank you. All right, so that brings me to my Parlayplay plays, which if you haven't joined Parlayplay yet, you can join on the App Store. Just add Parlayplay. Their website is parlayplay.io. And once you join, once you make a deposit, use the promo code CoachTalk. They will 100% match your first deposit up to $100, as well as give you a free $5 play. So definitely encourage you guys to make the move over to Parlayplay. If you haven't yet, we've been hitting pretty consistently at least 3 out of the 4 plays that we've been giving out. Hit a couple 4 out of 4 the other day. So I've been figuring a little bit more of their algorithm out and getting the plays in that I really like. So today I have Corey Seager more than 1.5 total bases. Martin Maldonado more than 0.5 total bases. All he needs is just 1 hit. And the same thing with Joey Weimer, more than 0.5 total bases. So those are the parlay plays. We will be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow for a 4th of July special podcast. All the games are going to be out throughout the whole day. So I'm definitely looking forward to watching a lot of baseball tomorrow. And, of course, enjoying time with friends and family. As always, on the 4th, everybody stay safe. Had a close friend that was involved in an injury with fireworks over the weekend. So everybody just, make sure you're doing everything the right way and just stay safe. And hope everybody has a great Monday. And I'll be back again tomorrow when we look to crush it in MLB, DFS, and Parlayplay. Thank you.